What's up, everyone? Emperador
What's up?
Maximiliano. I'm here with Andre, founder and CEO of Edgeful. And anybody that follows me knows how much I love and use Edgeful and how much I appreciate you, Andre, for putting that together for retail traders like myself. And it's always a treat to have you on with me to talk about new features and stuff. I've been getting crazy amounts of questions about the algos. So
Yeah,
and I said, look, the best person to talk about is let's just have Andre on a stream, talk about that, and
yeah,
then we talk about some other stuff. Trading. Andre, for those that don't know, he comes on Spaces with us every Wednesday. He's a trader
yeah.
himself. It's kind of how he got started in all this. Trader, Goldman Sachs. It started making some Excel sheets that turned into a powerful tool for us
Yeah.
retail traders. So, Andre, how are you?
Good, man. It's honest, genuinely like one of my favorite people to talk to about trading. So I'm always excited to like just talk to you, whether it's online, whether it's live, whether it's offline, and just you're over here on this screen. So my camera's over here, you're over here. So if I look over here, that's why. But genuinely like one of my favorite people to talk to about trading, like as a whole. I feel like we think pretty similarly about things. Like we can like have a really nice conversation about like trading. So it's always good to talk to you. So thanks
Yeah, I
for
can't even.
thanks for
I feel like
doing
I can't
this.
even talk to like normal people anymore. I really only get along with traders. I guess I don't know.
Yeah,
Like yeah, I
I
think
know.
I've reached that point in my life where I call them civilians sometimes. When I played college football. A lot of people know that piece, but we always used to talk like the college athletes. You had like your own. Like you felt you couldn't talk to a normal student because they lived a completely different life than what
Yeah,
we had to live. And so we joked about them being civilians. Now as a trader, I kind of think the same thing. Like just your normal civilian. I don't know people that don't trade. I don't know how to like have a great conversation with them anymore. But I always
yeah,
love
exactly.
talking to you, talking to other traders, sharing
Yeah,
ideas and thoughts, and it makes everyone better. And appreciate you coming on the stream with us today. And we'll go ahead and make your screen a little bit bigger here. And what what do you got for us right here?
there's something that I think every single trader, whether you're a beginner, whether you're 10 years in, I can almost guarantee that you have not seen this. And this is something that I really, really want to start to like push to people. And what this is a graph or a chart or a table, whatever you want to call it, that shows you the probability of taking a certain number of consecutive losers based on a win rate. So you think about when you come into trading as a new trader, you just hear it, right? 2R like 2 risk reward, 50% win rate, like you're golden, right? 3R risk reward, whatever it is, 30% win rate, profitable. Yes, that's true, right? Whatever the math ends up being, like, yes, it's true that if you trade a 2R strategy with a 50% win rate, it's profitable, right? However, what I want to show you guys now is something very important. And I think specifically for people who trade with prop firms, you need to make sure that you get away from this max loss, this drawdown limit as fast as possible. So when you start a new account, you want to get off the ground really quickly. And if you trade a strategy that has a 50% win rate, what you're looking at is there is a 52% chance that you take 7 consecutive losing trades. So like there's your account, pretty much. So when a trader actually goes through and experiences 4 losers in a row, they're like, this is not great. But then when you're at 6 losers, which there's an 80% chance that you take 6 losers in a row when you trade a 50% win rate strategy, you're going to be like, something is broken. Like, I need to change my strategy. It doesn't work anymore. And there's a 50% chance you take 7 losers in a row. Like, I would say almost 99% of people, by the time they take 7 consecutive losers, their account is either about to be blown or already has been blown. So guys, for anyone who is a new beginner trader, if you are looking for a strategy that has a 50% win rate, you need to understand and you need to account for these number of consecutive losing trades. This is super, super important. This is something that people don't really understand. Now, what I like to do and where I recommend kind of living, whether you're trading like your own cash account or a prop firm, is to be somewhere in the neighborhood of a 70% win rate. And what happens when you increase the win rate, naturally the risk to reward comes down. So your winners aren't going to be as big. But this is another extremely important point. If you're trading, right, I'm going to show this example here. If you're trading a strategy, let's just call it a 4R strategy, or let's just call it even a 2R, right? This is a 2-to-1 risk to reward. You can see it right over here. If you can't hold on to your winners and you take your profits here, what you're doing is you're trading a 50% win rate strategy with a 1-to-1 risk to reward, which is not profitable. So for the people who think that they want to trade this 3R or 3.5R or 4R strategies, if you're not going to hold to your targets, you're not actually trading a 3 or 4R strategy. You're trading a
We'll get so
1-to-1.
lost in this because, like, if you trim along the way, even so, not even if you like
Yeah,
chicken out and take profit halfway. If you have, just make it easy. If you have three contracts in this and you trim, right there, and you trim again like a little bit higher, and then you take the last one like that right there. If you do something like that, it's not a 2-to-1 or a 3-to-1 or whatever. The whole risk reward ratio is thrown off when you do trims, and people do
correct.
get hung up on this and they don't realize the simple mathematics behind it. I think this is a
Yeah.
very important thing to go over.
So guys, this is extremely important because a lot of beginner traders, they really struggle. Like, they really, really struggle to hold on to their winners. That's like something, honestly, that comes down the line, and you should not be focused on trying to capture these giant moves when you're starting out. You should be focused on batting for singles and doubles and just getting your like these consistent wins and like building confidence in your system. And the way that that works is having a higher win rate. So yes, you can take one loss, call it one loss a week. No big deal, right? If you trade 5 days and you take 1 loser, no big deal. But I mean, that's not even that's less actually. That's actually a lower win rate than 70%. But the point is that the psychological issues are based on the strategies that you guys are picking and the types of trades that you guys are taking, right? This is the important piece. Focus on something with a higher win rate and a smaller risk to reward, because realistically, it's going to be a lot easier for you to actually hold on to those winners when you have a 1-to-1 with a 70% win rate. Does that make sense? Like, Ed, does anyone have any questions on that? Please throw the questions in the chat wherever you're watching this, because this is like the foundation, like the absolute basics. Like, you need to understand this and what we're talking about here before you should even be like taking any trades. Em, does that even make sense to you, what I'm saying here? It does. It should. It does, right?
Yeah, it does. And so, like, because people get so lost in this, because there's people that have a 70% win rate and there's people that have a 30% win rate. Both are successful, but they have much different sizing, much different approaches.
Yeah.
But obviously we know most prop firm traders are not successful. And where this fits into the prop firm is really important, because you have to think about how many losses you can take,
Yeah.
because like and this graph shows it just based on probabilities. If your win rate
Yeah.
is this at a certain point, you are going to have three, because people think, oh, it's just, if I have a 50% win rate, it's a coin flip, right? It's 50. It's not. It's just like, if
It's
I
not.
flip a coin, I could flip a coin and get tells 3 or 4 times in a row. Like, the
Yeah.
probability after that, it's still the same. Like, you would think, oh, the probability changes. It really, in the simplistic view, it does not.
Yeah.
But like, this is a great visualization of, if you start to look at your stats, which most prop firms are tracking them for you. And you start
Yeah,
to look at your stats and you see where your win rate's at. You can actually adjust and say, okay, this is how many times with this chart right here, this is how many times that I should expect to take losses in a row and still be able to have some drawdown left in my account if I'm getting
exactly.
started out. And then just a key for prop firms in general, no matter what trading strategy you're using, you start out with a pretty tight drawdown. You should build up a buffer and continue to build it up with those base hits. That is the literal success plan for any prop firm, is not getting lucky on one trade out of five. Most of them have consistency rules anyway. Not all of them,
Yeah,
but most of them. But if you are able to just base hit, base hit, base hit, base hit, you'll start to build that buffer. Your cushion's going to get infinitely bigger, and then you can actually size up a little bit instead of that. Instead of like, hey, I'm going to risk more, on this trade, or I'm going to try to take more trades, or what. I can stick to the same strategy and know like, hey, I'm going to win this amount of times with this amount of risk, and you can actually plan all this out and save yourself a ton of trouble with the prop firms.
yeah, 100,000%. And one of the things that Emp just talked about earlier was the algos, right? So like, how does this relate to the Edgeful algos? So what I'm going to do now is talk about the actual algos themselves. I'm going to talk about NQ. I'm going to talk about the orb specifically. Right now we have 4 algos. We have one for the gap fill, one for the IB, one for the orb, one for engulfing candles. So the one I'm going to talk about is the orb. It's my personal favorite one, and I'm just going to put it on here. It's in the form of a trading view indicator. And I need to change some of these settings here. So first thing I'm going to do is go year to date. And then I need to change one more thing here in the settings, and that's going to be this. Okay. So what this is the orb strategy. I'm not going to go into like the super depths of the detail of how this works, but this entire year, all of 2025, with a $10,000 account, trading only 1 mini, one NQ mini, it has returned $17,280 or 172%. The drawdown is 19%. You took 114 trades. The win rate is 67%, and the profit factor is 1.46, right? 1.5 if you round it. So this here is the default settings. As you can see, I just like opened it up. The only thing that I did was I extended the max loss to be 1,000 instead of 100 because we're trading the minis and not the micros. If you're trading the micros, it would be 100. Default settings, right? And what you can do is you can actually customize this every single by weekday. So like what I was saying before is personally for me, I prefer a higher win rate with a smaller risk to reward. I don't like to hold on to winners. I don't really like to, I'm not personally going to hold on to a trade on NQ for over 100 points. I think I've done it a handful of times this year, but it's not something that I like doing. As soon as I get up to like a certain threshold of like 60 points, now I'm like, okay, you can take your profits now. This is great. So for me, I have my settings a certain way. But if you like to hold on to your winners, you can actually go and customize each of the settings in here. So this is not some holy grail. We're not telling you that this is a holy grail. We're not telling you that this is like the best thing in the world. We're telling you that give you an amazing foundation, which you can obviously see here. These are the default settings. So you have an amazing foundation to start, but then you can go and tailor it based on your risk tolerance, based on your position size, based on the types of targets that you want to take, based on how much you're willing to lose on any given trade, right? This is the only true way that I think anyone should be doing algos is give these traders a great foundation and allow them to tailor it to their trading style. So everyone is different. Nobody's going to trade the same way. This is where you can go through and kind of change certain things and go through these settings and play around with it. And we obviously have like all of the, I'll show you guys here. We have like all the explainer videos, all the setup videos. We literally have like everything you need. And the best part is that it's fully automated execution. So what does that mean? The entries, the targets, the stop loss is all done for you. Not only is it determined, right? So like obviously the algo is going to determine the entry, the stop loss, and the profit targets, but it's actually going to take the trades for you. So whether you trade with NinjaTrader, Tradeovate, or any prop firm that uses Tradeovate, you'll be able to actually it will actually take the trades for you, right? So what that means for you is if you hesitate on entries, or you move your targets, or you move your stops, or whatever it is, if you let your emotions really interfere with your trading, using an automated system is going to eliminate all those emotions because it's doing everything for you. It's not going to hesitate, and there's not going to be any like emotional bias. It's all going to be based on exactly the settings that you determined. Does that make sense so far? Everything I've said, I know I was just kind of like diving deep on this, but does that make sense so far?
Yeah, so like the first question that we got here was how does it trade, and then like how does it get into the trade? You were kind of touching on that piece right there. That's one of the
Yeah.
main questions that I've get as well. So when this algo, so the algo itself, it's based off of probabilities. What you're saying is very important. So
Yeah.
first off, a lot of people do struggle with, okay, here's a strategy. I know the strategy, but I suck at getting entries. I second guess, and I'm either late to it, or it starts, it starts to like not instantly work out in my favor, and I start to like,
Yeah.
freak out, or well, I'll
Yeah.
move my stop and I'll believe in it for too long. And this just sets the exact risk parameters. It's back tested. It says, okay, if you just trade these exact parameters every single time, you don't overthink it. If you don't, you don't look at other things and say, oh, well, that's a 5 minute shooting star, or that's, it looks like a bull flag. It just takes all those pieces out, and it's just
Yeah.
straight up. This is the strategy, and it executes it. That piece I think is very important. And then the next question is, how does the system actually operate this for you? So this is the question I get the most, Andre.
Yeah.
Whenever the algo itself, it has the strategy built in, it's
Yeah.
going to fire the alert. How does it actually take the trade for the user?
Perfect. So inside of the algos page, so if you go to Edgeful and you click on this red button at the top, this algos button, you're going to see this automate algos section. This video walks you through literally every single step on how to set it up. It's honestly only 3 steps. You connect your broker or your prop firm to Edgeful. You create a strategy, so you call it the orb, the 5-minute orb on NQ. You link the two together, and then you create the alert on TradingView. And the way that it works, it's super, super simple. TradingView sends Edgeful the alert. Edgeful sends the order to your broker. Fully automated, Edgeful is just the messenger. We pass the message from TradingView to your broker. Your broker takes the trade. Then to close the trade, TradingView sends the signal to Edgeful. Edgeful closes the trade for you. Literally like fully automated. You don't have to do anything. And if we go to the notifications here, this is like a paper account that I've connected just so I can like show everyone how it actually works. Like here, 270 milliseconds right over here. That, just so you guys know how fast that is, the time that it takes for you to blink is 400 milliseconds. So the execution speed of this is literally faster than you can blink. And if you see here, 97 milliseconds. This was a real execution, 97 milliseconds. This is like literally 1/4 the speed that it takes for you to blink your eyes. Like the trade execution is, and you can see here how it works. Signal is sent from TradingView. Edgeful receives the signal. We process that and we place the order in your broker. So an important piece here, this is super important, is that if you want to trade 50 minis, we're not going to be like, no, you shouldn't do that, or that might look like a mistake. We have no discretion on what you do. We don't filter anything. If you decide to do whatever you want to do, it's like a completely free system, like meaning we're not going to interfere. We're not like, there's no limitations on what you can do. And then we will just pass the messages to your broker. And it's literally like the easiest possible way that we can do it. You connect your broker, you connect your account, and then you send the alerts, and that's it. Is that a decent explanation?
Yeah, no, that makes perfect, because that's one of the questions that I was going to ask is like, how quick is it getting over there? And I hear this pushback sometimes, and I'm like, okay, think about a blink of an eye. Think about how long the human trader, when you're looking at it, I
Forget
mean,
it.
you could set your limit and like, yeah, if it hits your limit at a certain area, but when something triggers in your brain, how long does it take you to move over, click, do all that stuff? This is. I mean, I don't even know what 100x faster, 1000x faster than what
I
a
mean,
human.
easily.
Yeah.
easily. Yeah. Yeah.
Here's another good question, and I know that you'll have a good pushback answer on this one, or not a pushback, but
Yes.
a
Great.
correction on this. So
I'm
we
actually really happy. This is a great question. So there is a very important caveat when it comes to the TradingView backtester. The way that it works is if if
Andre, hit like Command plus on your Mac right there. Yeah, just make it a little bit bigger. There we go.
perfect. I hit it, so I just zoomed in twice.
Perfect.
So the way that it works is I'm going to fix this in a second. The way that the major issue with the TradingView backtester is if the profit target and the stop loss can be hit in the same candle, it will always give you the benefit of the doubt that the profit target was hit first and count that trade as a winning trade. Now, so I'll just for the example's sake, just give me 1 second. Where's my extend right? I don't want to do that. Okay. So let's pretend here that this is my candle. It hit my profit target and my stop loss in that same candle. Let's say I'm on a 15-minute chart and there was a larger move. This cannot happen on the Edgeful algos because of the way that we have it structured. So it's the profit targets are either going to be too far or the moves are going to be like, it's just unrealistic. Like it's not going to happen. Usually the issue when that issue arises is like when you're taking a lot of trades, like scalping on a 1 minute time frame. So that's the major issue with the TradingView backtester is the benefit of the doubt with the profit target and the stop loss. It will count this as a winning trade and not actually look like in the depths of the candle to see which one actually hit first. So that is the main concern when it relates to the TradingView backtester. Does that make sense? Which I'm sure they'll figure it out eventually.
Yeah, so that is an interesting thing. Just so you're aware, like, okay, based on your time frame, if a candle like and this is going to happen some days if you get news or something like that, you're going to have a candle that does this, right? So on the back testing, so it just, I mean, I love the transparency here because I feel like maybe some companies or people out there would just kind of try to ignore this altogether and just claim the win rate. But you're saying, hey, just so you know, if it's a big candle that just goes to both sides,
yeah,
it's going to count it as a win.
Yeah.
You know, and there's no other real way to get around that. So that makes perfect sense. Now,
yeah, there's not.
The question that MV is asking here is about the data. So like I know, for example, I have like 2 different data packages. I have the CME one and I have the ARCA one or whatever else. I have or maybe 3. I don't know. But I've never really noticed the difference from my TradingView because I have TradingView. I chart and do everything on TradingView, and then I have like Project X or Trade-Evade or whatever up there. And I've never noticed if there is a difference from time to time, it's very minuscule. So I've never noticed that to be any type of issue for me. But I'd love Andre for you to address that.
For sure. So a lot of there is a extremely minor difference. Like if you were to look at Trade-Evade on like a live account and then you look at TradingView, it is slightly delayed. But a lot of the entries, like for example, like the orb is based on a certain, like a candle close. So it's more like time based rather than like a specific level that you need to get in at this exact level. Now the IB is not relating to candle close. So that one is going to be a little bit more important. But what you're talking about, like potentially a couple of ticks here and there on NQ, or even ES, it's the delays when you net everything out, and I don't have any data on this to be honest, so I can't tell you like for sure. But when you net everything out, the delay is so minor that it's not going to have a meaningful impact.
I think it's just for like if it's a scalper, like if you're, it can be if price is very volatile and you're a scalper, yes, there could be a little bit of like a slippage between the 2 data, but I literally have both up on my screen all day. And yeah, if you're talking about maybe a point or 2 on NQ, which is at 24,000 points right now, and if it's an issue to you, I would say you need to size down and look for bigger targets.
Exactly.
If 2 points is an issue in your trade, I would say, are you taking 10-point NQ trades? which can be in a 1 minute candle easily, if not, in a
Easily.
wick itself.
Yeah.
So that would be my thought process around that. And like I said, I have project decks beside my, and I do this every single day, and I've done it for
Yeah.
months and months and months. And I haven't, yes, every once in a while I'll notice like one of them's moving a little bit, like a point higher than the other, just a second apart or something. But
Yeah.
it's very, to me, very minuscule. It should not affect, and knowing the Edgeful algos, I don't think that it creates any type of issue at all.
Yeah. The other thing is that it can only all of the only algo that can take more than a single trade in a day is the engulfing candles. Every other algo will only take one trade per day. So what you can see here, if we look at, and again, these are the default settings on NQ. What you can see here is it took 114 trades. The P&L is $17,000 in 2025, trading only one mini and one trade a day. Like a lot of people love to overcomplicate. Like I need to take 5 or 6 or 7 or 10 trades in a day. Like I'm literally showing you a strategy that has returned 170% on a $10,000 account in 2025, taking only one singular trade a day. Like,
does it even take the trade every day?
It doesn't take the trade every day.
That's what I was going to say. That's not even taking a trade every single day. That's taking a trade when only the parameters hit. How many total trades was it?
114.
114. I wonder how many trading days there have been in the year so far. I would assume probably it's 160 or something like that.
Yeah, it's 250, 252, I think, in the entire year, and we're whatever 3 months
or September.
So 9 months in, and we only have a few months left. So, I mean,
that rough math makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not even going to take. Yeah, it's not even going to take a trade every day. Like there are people that are forcing trades every single day. Like I mean, FOMC is a great example. Like most people, like probably should not be trading today. Realistically, probably most people should not be taking trades today because of the.
Here's a question. Sorry, because what you're saying is, I'm going to ask a question to go right along with this. On a day like today, would you just turn the algo off? Well, I mean, I feel like some traders would look at a day like today. I mean, I know, and because I want your perspective, and then I want to hit Alexander's question next. But in your perspective, I know that the data includes every single day, whether it's FOMC, whether it's CPI, whether it's earnings, it doesn't matter. The data is the data, including all things, all encompassing, right?
Yeah.
But if you know there's a binary event like today where things could get a little wacky, or on Friday when you have options expiration for everything, for monthly, quarterly, it's triple, quad witching, whatever camp you're in.
Yeah.
Would you turn it off and just say, hey, there's no reason for me to look at this?
You know what? It's a great thought, and it's an important thing to think about. What I always go back to, there is a video of Jim Simons, the #1 quant hedge fund in the world. This guy is like literally the GOAT of quant trading, algo trading overall. What he says is you never interfere with what the machine wants to do, because you cannot backtest and simulate the emotions of the people or the traders that are controlling it in the office, right? You don't know how this person walked up or got to the office that morning. Maybe they were in traffic, they're pissed off, whatever it is. You can't simulate that. So if the machine says to do something, you got to do it, right? You don't mess around with it. You don't add to winners, you don't add to losers, you don't move your stop, you don't move your targets, right? What the dangerous part about like saying I'm going to turn it off today genuinely is that you might be right to do it, and like my instinct says just don't use it today, but it builds a bad habit of allowing yourself to say, you know what, I'm not going to do it today, even though there are FOMC days in here. I'm not going to do it today. And then it becomes a very slow snowball to say, well, I didn't do this yesterday, and now I'm going to take profits early today. And then now you start to build the habit of like
you start to deviate. You deviate from the entire strategy.
And so that's the problem.
The only thought that I would have is if there was a way that, and actually somebody asked this yesterday in the chat, and they said, is there a way to just remove FOMC days from the data? And this may be something that you put on the whiteboard and talk with the team about a little bit.
Yeah.
But is there a way when there's binary events, which I think it would be a little bit tough, it may take a lot of work to build something like that. But what the thought process was pretty interesting. It was like, okay, if I only trade in normal type of conditions, what do I think about if I don't want to trade FOMC, for example? Could I just take every FOMC out of the equation for the data as well and say, okay, give me every day of data minus FOMC, and I know that I'm not going to trade FOMC, so I don't want that data in there. Like that was just
So
a thought. Maybe throw that on the white.
yeah, and that, I mean, that would apply. That could theoretically apply to any economic, like CPI, PMI, whatever. All of
It'll
the other
probably
ones,
be where do you
GDP.
draw the where do you draw the line? Because there's economic data that comes out all the
There's
time.
consumer sentiment. There's this.
Yeah,
There's this. There's that. Like there's a lot of there's a lot going on. But the other side of that is, I don't think that TradingView knows the actual dates. Like these are built inside of TradingView, but
yeah.
I don't think that there is a way for us to build like exclude FOMC or exclude CPI. Like we'd have to manually put in
You
all
have
the
to
dates.
manually go take out, September 19th, 2025. Take out
Exactly.
June 29th, 2020. That
Like you,
yeah. But it was just an interesting thought. But I like the other side. I like what you said. If the machine says to do it, it's using all the data points and it
correct,
knows that. So the probability, I mean, the important piece here is the probability is based on every piece of data that has happened in X amount of time,
correct.
whether irregardless of what's going on in the market. It doesn't matter if Trump's talking about tariffs. It doesn't matter if Jerome Powell's cutting 50 basis points last
Doesn't
September.
matter.
It doesn't matter. The win rate is still where it's at, even with all of that. And I think that's the
Correct.
important takeaway from this subject.
Yeah, and when you start to pick and choose, it you start to it. And I'm not saying you shouldn't. So, for example, I'll show you guys something where what I'm gonna do right now is and I already know the settings, obviously. So I'm just gonna remove shorts, right? And I'm gonna remove the shorts, not on every single day, but if I just removed shorts, what
Just
happens
long
is
only.
long only. What happens is the performance goes to 25,000. The drawdown is still just around 20%. It took 70 trades. The win rate is almost 80%, and the profit factor is 2.7, almost 2.77, right? So looking at this now, in this market environment, like you're way better off taking the longs. And then if we go, I mean, we can even look at the list of trades here. You can see that your losers, like I mentioned before, are always going to be bigger than your winners, right? So you can see $800 winner, $750 winner, but $1,000 loser. 800, 600, 900, $1,000 loser. 800, $1,000 loser. This is like the rare occasion when you're going to see a winner that's over $1,000. But the thing is that we're getting like these base hits over and over and over again. That it's like, as you can see, the equity curve, like this is a dream equity curve here. Like
That's what
any
I'm looking
trader,
at. And it's what, like 2 losses in a row is the max that I see here,
I
maybe at the
think,
very beginning.
yeah, yep. And then again, this falls perfectly in line with the
The statistics.
exactly what I was
My
saying.
brain jumped straight there. It was like, wait, 80% win rate. And I look at when I look at the stats that I use every single day, it falls in this, but I'm just thinking about the report itself, like the strategy itself. It happens 78% of the time, and I'm looking at a profitable trade 78% of the time, that matches perfectly the strategy to the algo.
Yeah, and what really like breaks my heart. So the algos, you get all the algos, you get the automation, you get literally everything in Edgeful plus the algos, the automation. You get to connect your prop firm, you get to connect everything, your cash accounts. $299 a month. What, like, people will light $299 on fire with evals over and over and over and over again. And I'm like,
But just
guys,
wait, you buy a $150 account from somebody, Top Step, Tradeify, blow it, reset it, you've spent your $300 in the first like 2 hours of a day. I know
it
many
drives
people
me
that do that.
nuts. I know a million people that do that. And they're like,
Well, the income statements from the prop firms will tell you how many people are doing that.
oh my God. And they're like, well, $300 is expensive. I'm like, yo, I'm giving you your dream outcome right now for $300 a month. Even if you try it for 3 months, it's $900. You literally lit $900 on fire on your credit card 2 hours ago, trying to trade FOMC.
Somebody will spend that today on prop firm accounts. I
Oh
guarantee it.
my God. This is probably big economic announcements are probably the prop firm's dreams.
Oh, they love it.
They're
They
like, oh,
love
it's
it.
payday because people
This
just
probably got to
have
be the
no
biggest day of
discipline.
the quarter. Got to be the
Oh,
biggest day of the
easily,
quarter.
easily,
Um,
easily.
Andre, Alexandra's question here. Now, Alexandra's in my live streams a lot. She's been super interested in this, so I definitely want to make sure we get to her question.
Yeah.
So, somebody is setting up NinjaTrader or Tradeovate, whether it's a personal account or a prop firm. Either way, what is the how do they set up? Like, how do they get connected here? What's the just and I know you guys, it walks you step by step on how to do all this, but what's just kind of the rundown of how it works?
Um, so the way that it works is that you need a TradingView account. It has to be the TradingView Premium for you to get this backtester. So full disclosure, you have to have it. Most traders already have it, so it's not really that
What
big
if
of a
I don't
deal.
have the back testing, but I just take your word for it?
No,
Does it still work?
I don't want anyone to take my word for anything ever.
Perfect answer. That was a like one of those like setup questions, and that was the perfect answer.
No, I don't want anyone to ever take my word for anything ever. And I don't think anyone, whether it's me or anyone else, I don't want you to ever do that ever under any circumstance. You need to understand what you're doing before you put your money behind anything. If you're serious about trading, this shouldn't be a problem, but you need the premium plan. Black Friday, they always have 70% off, 75% off. It's a couple months from now, whatever it is. I'm just trying to give you guys some guidance there. But you have to have TradingView number one. If at the moment we have Tradeovate and NinjaTrader as the integrations for the accounts. So if a prop firm allows the Tradeovate integration, like if you can trade through Tradeovate, that will work. But we are working on Project X as well. But there is a very important caveat. Yep. Jay, great question. We are building out the Project X integration right now. There is a very, very important piece. The prop firms have been changing their rules, so we cannot recommend any specific firm. So if you're going to come and ask us which one is the one that I should use, which one do you guys allow, we actually used to have a list, which we later removed because the prop firms have changed their rules. So just to make something super clear, when you connect your broker, in the terms of service, and it's not that long, so please actually read it, you need to make sure that the prop firm that you're using allows algos, because we don't want you to get banned, right? They will. I don't want you to build up this big buffer in your account and then they just take your account away because you're not allowed to. You're not allowed to use prop firms. So please, guys, please check the firm that you're going to use to make sure they allow algos. Not all of them do. Some of them do. Some of them don't. But you need to make sure, because I don't want you to just like waste the money on the eval and then be like, wait, I can't use this. So please do that before you start.
If you
Super
have a
important.
prop firm that you like, if you're trying to use the algo, the fully automated is what he's talking about here, where it
Yeah,
just does everything for
correct.
you. Now, you can manually trade these if you want. So if your
Correct.
prop
That
firm
is
doesn't allow it, I just want to add that real fast. You can manually trade. The strategy is the strategy. You can get the alerts on your trading view, manually do it. But if you want the actual automated, please, I feel like we shouldn't have to say this, but we do have to say this. Please check
yeah,
with the prop firm to make sure they allow it. Prop firms get to set their own rules to their benefit, right? That's how prop firms work. Now,
yeah,
obviously, if you have your own account, so like Alexandra was saying, if she just sets up her own self-funded account on NinjaTrader or
yeah.
Tradeovate, she can go in and connect that way, right? And that's
A
kind of what
hundred
you were getting
percent.
to there.
Yeah, 100%. You can connect. Everything will be automated. So if you're driving, you're in a meeting, you're with your kids, you're doing whatever, you're at the beach, you're playing golf, everything is going to be fully automated. And if the prop firm, or let's say you don't want to do the automated execution, like what Em said, you can just set the alert. It will notify your phone, your email, your computer. It'll play a sound. Hey, you need to get into a trade, or hey, you need to get out of a trade. So it will give you everything you need, whether you want to automate the execution or not. You have the option. You're not forced to do anything. You just don't connect your account to Edgeful, but you still get the algos. You still get everything else. So we have Jay, good question. We have 4 strategies, and The prop firms, again, I'm not gonna tell you which ones you can or can't trade with, but the strategies you can trade the IB, the gap fill, the orb, the engulfing candles. It doesn't really matter. You can also trade multiple versions of the orb. Like let's say you want to have a long only or a short only version of the orb. You can also do that. I don't want to overcomplicate it right now, but you can do multiple strategies at once.
And how many accounts could I connect at once? If I have, can I connect three? If I have, for example, if I have three on a certain prop firm and I want to connect all three, can it do that? Or can I copy trade within the thing, set up a leader or follower? What about that piece?
So you can connect multiple accounts. I believe the limit that we have right now is 5, but we've actually gotten requests to build copy traders like leader follower, but we have not done that yet because we just want to make sure that the everything is like
The base
smooth flowing and
product,
everything.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, cool.
exactly. Is it API based? So the way that it works is you just have to log in with your Tradeovate or NinjaTrader credentials, and this applies to the prop firms as well. Like whatever credentials you log in with on NinjaTrader or Trade or whatever however it works. Like when you log into your prop firm with like through the Tradeovate portal, it's the exact same way. So when you click connect an account, it will bring up that login page with the Tradeovate logo, and then you just log in, and then like that's the way that like it'll appear here.
Great question. It's a great question. Another
Yeah,
thing I want to throw in here real fast is I know some of you are very successful on prop firms
yeah,
and have been taking out payouts and stuff. You trade on your own. So another way to think about this, I could take a prop. Say you take a nice $10,000 payout from a prop firm. You could take that $10,000, self-fund an account, and backtest the strategy. If you like the strategy, you see the win rate, you see the results. We looked at this earlier. I mean, this is the long only one, for
yeah,
example, and we looked at the both sides earlier, and you see
yep.
the win rate, you see all the numbers, and you can self-fund your account, and now you have like almost a passive stream of income coming in.
Exactly. And there's one thing that I want to make clear to everyone. Yeah, of course. So great question, MV. We have literally every explainer video that you could possibly need is in the algo section. So like after you upgrade, everything is going to be here. So you can also book a call, by the way, but you have everything. So the setup explainer, the algo explainers, you can like refine it with Excel. There's like some psychology explainers here too. To actually automate it if you want. The video is here. Literally like all the videos are here. Everything is covered. And if there's anything else you guys want, just reach out to our support. We'll make a new video for it. But I just want to touch on one thing. Inside of this backtester, there is literally no more possible information that we could provide you to give you confidence in a strategy. There's a lot of people right now that are just blindly listening to like some YouTube stream of like some guy that's like, yeah, this strategy is super profitable, 80% win rate, whatever it is, with zero data. And they're just willing to follow these people. But when I show something like this, they're like, well, they have all these questions. There is no more potential information that not Warren Buffett, not Ray Dalio, nobody can give you that will give you confidence in a certain strategy. So we have the P&L, the percentage return, the dollar drawdown, the percentage drawdown, the number of trades, the win rate, the profit factor. And we go to the list of trades now. We have the direction, long or short. We have the date, the time of the entry, the time of the exit, the price that you entered, the price that you exited, the P&L, the run up, the drawdown, the cumulative profit. Like there is literally no more information that I could give you or anyone can give you to give you confidence in a strategy. Period. It's just not possible. Everything that you could possibly need is going to be here. There is literally no more information. If you want more information, then you're overthinking it, you're overdoing it. Everything that you could possibly need is inside of this, and you can actually download it to Excel, and you can throw it into ChatGPT. You can do whatever you want. It's all here. If you if you want more information, you're just like overdoing it.
There was Jay asked there if there was a Discord channel. I did pop that link down there in the YouTube comment section. It's
Perfect.
up there on the screen as well. If you go to the website for Edgeful, it's on the right-hand side. You'll see a TradingView logo, you'll see a NinjaTrader logo, and then you'll see the Discord logo. You can also just click there right from the Edgeful site.
Perfect. Yeah.
All right, here's a question from Jay as well. The indicators and the algos are different.
Yes, yes, for sure. So the indicators and the algos are 100% different. The indicators are part of the $49 plan for Edgeful. The algos are not. So the indicators will plot like the let's just call it the market sessions here. So you want to look at the different market sessions, you can do that here. This is one of the indicators. We also have one for the initial balance. Automatically it will plot the IB for you every single day. So you can see right over here, screen and red line, automatically plotted for you every single day.
Yeah. So
But the indicators are different.
The algo, it's a separate invite to get the algo access.
Yeah.
And that's whether you want the alerts itself or if you want it to execute for you. It's the same level. And then there's another question here that I think is interesting. So are all the people using the algo taking the same trades? Well, yes, at the surface level, but no, right, Andre? Because if anybody
No.
changes if you change up any of the parameters, you're customizing it to set your own risk reward.
Correct. So, and I assume that the logic around that question comes from like edge erosion, right? Like I don't want anyone else to know my strategy, what I'm doing. So number one is if you customize the settings, then you're taking different trades, right? You use different time frames, you use different settings, you're taking different trades. Now the other piece of that is the NQ specifically, in terms of dollar volume per day, does like $300 billion of dollar volume a day. Something like absolutely astronomical in dollar volume every single day. So if you guys are concerned about one or two micros eroding the edge, you are mistaken, right? This is not going to have a problem when it comes to the, like, you don't have to worry about other people copying your trades that like you would need literally like all the hedge funds to trade the exact same strategy for this to go away, which obviously they're not going to do. So.
Any more questions around the algos? I know we're right at the top of the hour. So, I think it would be a great spot, Andre, to just say, if you are interested in the algos, you have more questions, I would definitely get in the Discord group. You can book a call with Andre. So one of the cool things that Edgeful does, this isn't like there is a customer service team, but it's not like if I have a question, it's not like I'm going through some AI thing that's just giving me out of the box answers. And if I'm trying to learn the thing, it's not like, okay, you're on your own, go watch some videos.
Yeah.
When you book a call you're booking a call with this guy right here above me on the screen, the guy that created the thing, he's going to take time out of his day, which his calendar is crazy. I've seen it. It's crazy. But there's slots blocked off. And this is something you guys did from the beginning that I absolutely love about Edgeful is you said, I will book a call as the creator of this, and I will get on for 30 minutes or an hour or whatever. Was it 30 minutes? I can't remember.
30 minutes.
30 minutes. I will get on a call with you like this, like we were talking right now.
Yep.
I can share my screen, all this stuff. And Andre any questions that you have, he'll show you how to use it. He'll help you walk through it. And I mean, obviously do some of your research before. Don't waste your time, but he will. I mean, look at that right there. You can book a call with Andre, and it's not going to be like, okay, in a month you get to talk to him. There's a lot of time slots available too.
Yeah.
It's usually pretty quick.
Yep. 100%. So yeah, we're trying, I say this all the time, but like the mission at Edgeful is to be the place where traders come to actually make money. And we're literally doing like everything we can to get there. We're actually even redoing like the entire user experience of the site as a whole to like make it easier for people to find what's relevant and what's important to them. And yeah, we're on a mission. We've only been around for just over, it's like in January, it'll be 2 years. It's just
Almost
over a year and a half now. Yeah. So it's going to be a year. It's just over a year and a half now, but we have a lot to do.
Well, I know we just filled up basically the full hour. There are some great questions here.
Yeah.
Like I said, guys, definitely go check it out. There's so you see this right here on the screen. When you go into the algo stuff, you get signed up. They actually, and I love this, he actually makes you go through step by step. Like there's like a full onboarding process. So they're not just like throwing you the keys to a car and saying, here, figure out how to drive it. They're going to walk you through step by step, how to use it, how everything works, That way you not only know how to use it, you also get an understanding of why, the why behind it. And so you get
Exactly.
all those pieces. It's going to walk through how you can connect it, how you can customize it. And then at the end, if you still have questions, you book a call with the guy that created the thing, and sit down, and he'll make sure and get you right on that.
That's right.
Andre, I know we're out of time here. Any other pieces that you want to shout out for the people today? Oh, here's a question.
No, there's not a lifetime option right now. We'll consider doing it. We It's something we've actually discussed internally, but we haven't done it. We are considering doing it. We've discussed it, but we just haven't yet.
So the one thing with Edgeful, the pricing, and we can end on this. A lot of things that I see out there with, like, for TradingView, for example, there's 5 different packages, and I can get 12 months ahead, or I can get, premium, or I can get basic, or I can get 97 indicators or whatever. And then
Yeah,
I can get this data package on top. You guys have simplified this down. There's one package. They're not bronze, gold, and silver levels and
yeah.
stuff. It's just, hey, here's Edgeful. What is it? 49 a month, I think.
49 a month. Yep.
Here's Edgeful normal, 49 a month, all the reports and the matching indicators for TradingView, and then the algo is
And
299.
yeah, so even with the base plan of Edgeful, which is the $49 a month, you get over 100 reports on crypto, forex, futures, stocks. You get 2 different live data features, which is the what's in play and the screener. You get all 35 indicators. You get 12 NinjaTrader indicators. You get the calls. You get the Discord. There's a bunch of different things that you get with that. Then you also get, when you upgrade to the algos, obviously you keep everything from regular Edgeful, but you also get all 4 algos and the automated execution included. So there's only 2 plans. It's the regular, which includes everything. There's 0 discounts ever, by the way.
I love that, the discount thing. So okay, so this right here, the price has not changed in a year and a half, whatever. Because,
Yeah,
like, I know when you first launched, you had some of the tier, and you said, no, let's simplify this. I actually love this, because if anything, I hate the JC Penney model or the TJ Maxx model. When I go to
it's
your
the
website and
worst.
you list a price on there that says, oh, 180 normally, but it's on sale for $40, I'm like, that's never 100. Nobody's selling something constantly on that type of discount. Like, just simplify it. Hey, this is what it is. This is how I can plan it out. I can actually look and say, okay, here's my cost, and here's what I'm making from trading. And if, obviously, I can go all the way down to what's my win rate, and I can actually just
Yep,
plan that all out. And
yep,
it just, to me, that's a trader mindset, is
yep.
having one price plan. Hey, this is where it's at, and we're staying right there.
It's when people discount constantly, first of all, it drives me nuts. I hate when I see there's this is stupid, but there's this company that makes really, really nice coffee machines, but it's always $300 off or $500 off. And I'm like, you're lying. You are lying about the price. Like,
You've
don't
never sold it
call
for
it.
that price.
You've never sold it for the full price. Like, don't say that it's this price when you sell it always for $500 off. Like, there's always a discount, there's always a sale. And it's like, when you start to do that, the only discount, by the way, that we have is the annual plan. So you pay for the year, but you get 20% off. That's the only discount that we have.
There you go.
So, which is a reasonable discount. Like, you pay for the year up front, you get 20% off. You get pretty much like 2 months free, or over 2 months free. And when you discount randomly for 4th of July or Black Friday or Cyber Monday or whatever, what happens is, for the people who pay full price, they get upset. And then people start to just wait to sign up. And we don't want you guys to wait to start to, like, actually have some progress in your trading journey. So we don't do any discounts. We will never do discounts. The only thing that we have is 20% off on the annual plan. So if you sign up for the year, you get 20% off. That's it.
Boom. Perfect. Well, there you have it. We're out of time on the stream, but Andre, always great chatting with you.
Yeah,
I
man.
love the deep dive of this. We've had so many
Yeah.
questions about it. I know in my Discord, I get questions about it all the time in my live streams. So those that maybe don't know, every Tuesday and Thursday morning over on Edgeful's YouTube channel, on Edgeful's X, on Wolf Financial YouTube and X, I'm live streaming. And I just heard my trim go off just right there at the 400. Boom.
Nice.
We just got that level on MQ. We talked about this morning.
Nice.
Um, that's why I was talking to you about this before. I just heard order filled in my ear. I was like, oh,
Yep.
okay, well, got something.
Yep.
But the point being, I do stream, and even in my stream chats, I get a lot of questions about the algos. So I think this was a great rundown of everything. And once
Yep.
again, all the tools are there. If you want to learn more about it, just go to the Edgeful website, get in the Discord, ask questions over there. There's a lot of
Yep.
other users, so it's like, yeah, you can get Andre's opinion, but sometimes you hear Andre's opinion, you're like, okay, but you created the thing. You're trying to sell it to me in a way.
Yep.
Go ask other people. Go
Yep.
ask people in the Discord, other people that are using it. Look at X. There's a lot of people sharing, hey, their success and their journey using the algos and that passive income stream on the side. So, Andre, congrats on a amazing product. I mean, obviously, you know, I love it. I use it. I'm using it today. I'm using it every
Yep.
day in my
Thank you.
trading. And then now the fact that I just love the fact that I mean, I've got a million things going on. You know, I'm always busy with stuff.
Yeah.
But in theory, I could go down the street here to the golf course and my trading account take a trade and make money for me while I'm on the tee box of hole 4. Like
Exactly. Yep.
that to me is the mind-boggling thing of how
Yep.
far trading's come along, where you can
I
do
know.
that.
I know. It's incredible, and that's what there's a ton of people that were like, I was in a meeting, I just made $650. Like, I can't believe it. It's like almost like bringing tears to my eyes. Like, I would have missed this trade. It took this trade for me. That's the thing, right? Like, that's the intention. That's like what we want to do. That's the long-term goal.
I lost so much money trading while I had meetings and appointments. I would get in a trade, I couldn't manage it. I didn't have like a set strategy or something for it, and I'd come out of a meeting and check, and I'm down or whatever.
Yeah.
I missed my take profit, all that stuff, and so you know, seeing how far this has come along is amazing. And
Yeah, man.
that I'm going to close this out, guys. If you missed any piece of this, of course, as a live stream, as soon as we close this out, you can go back and watch the whole thing. It's on my
Yeah.
YouTube channel. It's on my X page as well, so you can watch this back if you missed any pieces of it, and definitely check it out. Andre, appreciate your time as always, guys. Thanks for
All right,
tuning in.
guys.
Tomorrow morning, I will have the live stream up right at market open. We'll get away from this FOMC stuff, so we'll see. Yesterday we had an absolutely banger stream. We just, I mean, two just, I mean, just, and they were, I mean, it was literally just straight off the Edgeful playbook. I mean, it was gap fill out or bullish outside day.
Yep.
Boom, that one fills. Then we have the IB set up just so perfectly. We had some other confluence from 9 days up, the max streak we've seen in the last 3 years.
Yep.
So there you go. Boom. I'm gonna leave it with that one. Thanks everyone for tuning.